Hey, it's Friday. I know you feel blessed. I hope you feel refreshed. I'm back. We got another one. And we are um, hopping into the last day of the positive personality traits. Hope you can hear me okay. My internet's being a little choppy. I'm in a different room, but we're not going to let that hold us back. So, as always, I'm going to try to keep it short for those coming back on the replay. So, I did my research again from psychologytoday.com, and the fifth personality trait, positive personality trait, is called neuroticism. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. But anyway, after I did my research, I'm like, how is this a positive trait? So I decided to leave that one off the list and then just go with just bring it in with 31 common positive traits, of people. Maybe even talk about it a little bit. So, I always like when you engage with me. So let's see what we can get into. Hey, Steve, thanks for coming in. My brother. Hey, Josh, thanks for coming in. Hey, Tamika, thanks for coming in. Hey, Sissy, thank you for coming in. Hey, Penny, thank you for coming in, cousin. So, y'all, I have been up a little earlier than normal. Really trying to dig into this, positive personality trait thing, because as I was researching, I'm like, there's a difference between a personality trait and a characteristic trait. So I thought that was interesting. But we're not gonna let that, hold us back. So, excuse me. I actually already know where I'm going with next week's topic. Um, it, it it's gonna actually be another viewer's choice, but it's really interesting because I got to do a lot of digging, a lot of research this weekend to really come and talk about it and know what I'm talking about. So stay tuned for that. But I'm really excited because, yeah, it's helping me as I'm trying to research. Hey, Miss B, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. So, if anybody wants to engage this morning, what are some um, positive traits that you can think of off the top of your head? And I'll see if they're on the list. I thought that as I did my research, agreeableness was very interesting because, it just kind of sounds like, oh, you're a nice person and you don't want to hurt people's feelings and things like that. But it can also be dangerous because, people can have bad intentions towards you and you not even really know it because you're so open to other people and what they're doing. So, number one on the list is being adaptable. Um, we might have been in situations where we had to maybe change what we were used to, change our routines up, maybe even get up and move, different things like that. And we just had to be adaptable to what was kind of happening. So I think adaptable kind of goes hand to hand with maybe a piece of contentment because, some of us maybe have not always been adaptable. So you know what I mean? Where if things happen or things suddenly change, you kind of feel like you're a wreck. You feel like you're all over the place. Maybe you're emotional and things like that. So that's just another positive trait. If you're really trying to, not only walk into your purpose in life and just your remain, just to remain positive, you really want to, I mean, I do anyway. Let me not try to tell you what to do. But I want to really analyze myself even in these words and see, am I really trying to show up as positive as I can to have the best life? All right. Um, Good morning, Liz B. Thanks for coming in. Good morning, Ernesto. Thanks for coming in. So yeah, we are. Talking about positive personality traits. So number two on the list is being accountable. So we don't want to make promises that we can't keep. We don't want to, be that person that our kids or our spouse or our family members can't call on in need. And we don't always think as far as like physical things or money or anything like that, but we just think more of, you know, oh, I've had a rough day today. Let me give my brother or sister a call. Or maybe if you're an adult and you have adult children, let me call and check on my kids. And once you start to do that over and over, they're going to get used to it. They're going to hold you accountable, and you can hold yourselves accountable to that as well. That's just some examples. Just depends on, you know, where you are and what you got going on because everybody's different. So, I didn't miss nobody, did I? Nope, I don't think so. Miss B, did I say hi? All right. So, the next one on the list is ambitious, being ambitious. So, I can speak for myself on this one. I have not always been ambitious. I've been like, just go with the flow, especially in my 20s and stuff, younger years. It was just like, okay, let's go to work. Let's do what we got to do. Let's go home and clean up or go party or whatever I was doing at that time. So, was I really taking into accountability that I'm going to be an adult one day? You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to have to do something with my life as an adult, and I'm probably gonna have kids and stuff like that. I wasn't really ambitious. I wasn't thinking about where I want to go with my life. I can say maybe you know I wanted to be a teacher, but I haven't talked about that since elementary school. So what was I really doing? All those years. So just really now being 36 or something. How old am I? 36. I'm really thinking about my future and being ambitious. What I want to really do. Do I want to set up a business or things like that so that my kids can have something to continue, a legacy. Hey, Grandma Patty, thanks for coming in. That's Gma. All right, so we got hey Miss Anita, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. Thank you, thank you. So next on the list, approachable. You want to be approachable. Like I'm gonna use myself again, for example. Um, I kind of have that resting B word face, right? We heard about it. And, some people might not feel like at some point that they could come up to me and talk to me, whether they wanted to say, I'm thinking high school, I'm thinking maybe out, right out of high school. They like to come up to me and say, hey, where is the closest gas station? And I'm like sitting here with this scowl on my face, just really mean look. How can someone who might actually be lost, might actually need help, come up to me and ask me for help if I look like that? So that's just an example of being approachable. Now, as I go, even as I'm at the store, I'm walking around like, even if I'm upset, if I make eye contact with somebody, whether we be walking by each other or if I have to talk to them or whatever, I give them a smile, like hello, just to so that I am approachable, so that I don't look so mean and like I hate my life type of thing. So that's just something to think about as well. Um, and again, if you guys have um, any words that you might know that might even be on my list, and we can talk about that as well. This says autonomous. Auto anonymous? No, it's not anonymous. It says autonomous. I'm not sure what that is. I did my research from psychology today, so these were given from there, and I'm not sure what that would mean. So I'm just going to take it off the list. All right. So the next one is charismatic. Being charismatic, I think, is very important because it just shows, you know, that you actually have a heart, that you actually feel like you're not any better than anybody else. Um, just actually having some type of care, like I might not know you, but I care that that you might have fell off the curb while you were walking to the bus stop, like like that. Um, or having so much care for someone to maybe even give them the benefit of the doubt in certain situations. All right, the next one is clever. Clever. So yeah, I guess I could see that how being clever could be positive as well. You might be considered for um, better job roles or better um, promotions or things like that if they feel like you can, um, figure out, kind of solve a problem the most clever way that you know how. Clever meaning, hold on, hold on now. It's not showing me what I need to see. Hold on. um, I had another example, but I lost it. All right, so another word on the list is confidence. Confidence is very important. Just so I don't know, I feel like having a sense of confidence, it just makes you feel positive. It just makes you feel that no matter who you're up against or who you might encounter, even though you might encounter somebody who might feel like they're big and the best, or the superior of all or something like that, then you know that no, I'm confident within myself. I'm not going to back down from being in this room just because this person, wants to behave like they're big and bold. That's just an example. Um, Being confident to know that you can go into a work situation and actually be yourself and actually get the job and not questioning yourself like, oh no, you know, did I do this right or am I going to answer the questions right? Because you're confident in yourself, you feel like you could do anything with God, of course, but confidence is just a sense of peace to me. And there's so many different areas of confidence that, it doesn't necessarily have to be put in a box. It could be branched out into different categories. I could be confident in this, but not confident in that. Hey, Miss Nunu, thanks for coming in. So, you want to be cooperative. A positive trait is being cooperative. Um, not being argumentative, kind of going with the flow. Um, in certain situations, again, it just depends. So then you got another word is communicative. Communicative is very important. It's very positive to be communicative because if not, then you might be holding on to something or something that you need to say and you don't because you don't feel like you can communicate with that person or anybody at all. Another word is creative. Um, Being creative is going to make your mind, really focus on things. And it's kind of like a sense of, what is the word I'm looking for? Like a sense of me time. Mm, not peace, but I guess it's kind of like happiness as well. When you really get your creative gears running. And we might feel like I'm not creative at anything, I cannot do anything, but actually you can. And because we all got that in us, whatever it might be, we just gotta take some time and talk to God about it and figure out what am I creative at. Sometimes you might need to pick up a new skill so that you can get creative, but all of us are creative. Hey, Frugal Mama, thanks for coming in. Did I miss anybody? Okay. Thank you, G Mall. Please thumbs up the live stream. Thanks for coming, everyone. We appreciate your support. Share out if you can. All right. So another common trait is being determined. We all should be determined to, get to the best version of ourselves. Is what I'm thinking. Um, I guess it really just depends on who you're having a conversation with, because some of these words, just depending on who you're talking to in the world that we're in today, some of these words can be taken um, into a worldly sense, like money or fame or fortune, and all those things. But we're looking more so ourselves and our relationships with God, and how these words are just a boost. They're really making me even pick myself apart. Like, wow, am I really showing up this way? All right, so we said creative, we said determined, disciplined. Well, we would think that if we're adults, so we're disciplined, right? Well, it just depends. It depends on what you go through. It depends on what's happening around you. Things like that. Some of us still we're not perfect, so we might lose our cool. We might get a little attitude. Things like that. So that's just we're just not showing that we're disciplined. We're not showing that we can go somewhere and remain cool, or that we can again go with the flow and kind of adapt to what's going on. Now I understand if if the atmosphere is off or if there's something wrong, then of course you got your spirit of discernment. That's different. But just to go somewhere, the kids, I would say, in the world that we are in today, some of these kids, they just go and they feel like they can be themselves, and never uh, show that they're disciplined when they go to certain places like school or a meeting, or things like that, like where they really got to show that they got some uh, not discipline. What is the word? Yeah, some structure. I don't know. So who we got? All right, y'all still here? Y'all still here? Okay. Welcome in. I see 14 people. I don't know if I missed anybody, but I appreciate all of you for being here. All right, so efficient. We want to be not perfect, but things should be well put together. Things should be organized. When we go to write a letter or write down even our notes in our own notebook, it should be legible. Like, I know that at some point when I did write in my book, I would be like, okay, I don't really feel like writing, so I'm just gonna take this pen and glide across the page, and then when I go back to read my goals or whatever it is, I can't read it. So just take that, a little extra time and be more efficient. It's gonna make it's going to set you up to be more successful, because when you go back to those notes, when you go, um, maybe you have to write a letter to somebody, it's going to just come out really nice and presentable. And you're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to be positive and happy that you took the time, knowing how you used to write. You took the time to, make it look nicer. Positivity, right? All these things are positive, and we got to find the positivity in each one of these things. Another common trait is being energetic. We talked about someone extrovert, and yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Sense. Okay. So we talked about it. Someone who's an extrovert, just having lots of energy, and just being really excited about everything or anything that they're doing, and just being energetic, and overall just keeping moving, keeping your body moving is going to make you feel more positive in your mind and in your everyday life anyway. So yeah, only one I missed. All right, driving. Yes, always driving. Sure, they have some sense. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So, um, what's our next word? Let me see. Enthusiastic. Um, is another good trait. How many of us have gone to work, and either you got that one who is, "Good morning, it's so good to see you. Did you have a good night?" Da, 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 da. Or you have that one who is like, hey, what's up? Uh, you know, so when you think about positive versus negative, not saying that that person is negative because they're still tired, it's early in the morning and they're not jumping up and down like the next person, but they could still, their tone of voice could still be enthusiastic to say, "Good morning, good morning." It's still different. Like, "Good morning, good morning." I sound like I'm about to jump out of my seat. "Good morning," but it's just all in the tone. Even if you don't feel like you're jumping up and down, sometimes your expression can sound that way. And you don't have to change who you are. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that, it's just something to consider, something to think about. When it comes to me, the word enthusiastic applies to my kids because, you know, we kind of, just the way that I talk to them, and one day you'll probably get a glimpse of that. But just the way that I talk to them is like, I'm enthusiastic. It's almost like I'm a kid. I changed my voice just a little bit. I changed my voice so that my kids can send, they, at this point, they're my kids and they know me. But other kids, if I'm talking to other kids in the voice like I talk to my kids in, they stop and they look at me like, "Are you an adult? Are you a kid?" But it's just my tone, and it doesn't scare them. If anything, it makes them curious. They want to listen to me. They want to come over and see what I'm saying. They want to follow direction, and so on and so forth. So it's just all in the tone. Um, Being flexible, flexibility is very important. It's just like adaptability, which we talked about at the beginning. Oh man, we've been here for 22 minutes. I'm having too much fun. um, Another positive trait is being focused, because so many of us, especially me, if I'm trying to do something and I get interrupted, it's over. I have to refocus all over again. I'm going to mess with something else at this point because, you know, it makes you feel good when you're focused, when you're actually able to start this project and get it done, versus being interrupted and having to pick it up again. And now you're annoyed. And it just made that whole thing negative. So, really trying to be focused, I guess, can happen, when you have the best time to yourself, I guess, especially when doing something very important. Unless you're at work, that's different. But like if you're a stay-at-home mom like me, I can't really focus on important things throughout the day. I got to keep moving, cleaning, and doing that because my kids, they need my attention. Excuse me. So I have to focus when they're asleep, right now, early in the morning or late at night. Another positive trait is being hardworking. If you're hardworking, then you know that you're making money and you're doing everything that you need to be doing. Not only, let's just say you're not making money. Let's just say you're going to school. You got to work hard at whatever you're doing so that you can achieve your next goal. And it's just going to give you a sense of peace because you know that you're aiming towards something. You're really working at it. Being honest. I mean, honesty is something that shouldn't be explained, but unfortunately, there's a lot of people who feel like they got to be honest, and then of course, it's going to make everything else negative because you got to tell one lie, you got to tell more lies, and at this point, you're just a big liar. So, uh, it just makes the whole situation negative, especially when somebody can tell that you're not telling the truth. Sometimes calm voices work, sometimes they don't. It's more so they look than anything. Yeah, yeah, yep, absolutely. I feel you with that. Exactly, it's all in the sound of the voice. Yep, I agree. Another one is inspiring. You know, Not that you're just living this life and going on to work and being a parent and being a, you know, family member or somebody to look up to and things like that, but you're also inspiring others uh, to do things. I'm inspiring you to exercise. I'm inspiring you to not be in your shell, to talk up, to because me, I didn't think I would be on YouTube talking as much. every single day. Every single day, I'm talking. Like, I didn't think that would be me. Because if you knew me a few years ago, I'd be the one sitting in the corner watching, looking to see what's going on. So, hold on. I was going somewhere with that. Okay, inspiring. So, are you inspiring me to read a book? Are you inspiring me to go back to school? Are you inspiring me to pick up a new skill? Are you inspiring me to save money? Things like that. Being open minded is important because I don't know, it just helps you think outside the box. Everything doesn't have to be what it looks like. Sometimes um, things could be a little bit more. You just got to dig a little deeper. So that's where I think being open minded is positive. We just got a couple more. Being organized is the same thing as being efficient. If you're more organized, you're more positive. You know where things are. You just feel a little more free. I think I do. I'm still trying to get organized. I'm not all the way there, but a lot of things are organized. Um, Being punctual. Who wants to be late? Um, and when you are late, sometimes things happen. I'm late sometimes for my live right here, and I'm just like, I just want to beat myself up. There's that negativity. But if I was a little more prepared, maybe I would have put on more than one alarm clock to make sure that I get up. I would have been punctual. I would have been positive and happy and ready to go like I am now. Purposeful. Each and every one of us have a purpose on our life. Let's talk to God and figure out what that is and make life purposeful. Every single day should be something aiming towards what you're supposed to be doing. Being reliable, so important. We got to be reliable for our family, for our jobs, for ourselves, even for yourself. Yeah. So let's see. I'm just talking. I didn't miss nobody. Nope. All right. Steve said I'm still here listening. Hey, Unique. Thank you for putting the broadcast there. I appreciate you. So we got just a couple more. Being responsible. Being responsible is, I think that's a big one because um, we can be responsible in so many areas and irresponsible in other areas. But ultimately, more uh, you feel more put together. You feel more efficient. You feel more organized, and all those other words that we just said. All these are really tying into each other. Um, you know, Being responsible for everything. It's just a sense of positivity. Because if you're irresponsible, then now you're down or you're depressed or whatever because of being irresponsible in whatever area. Okay. Um, you're tolerant. Tolerant is a big one because some of us think that our attitudes or the mood that we're in or what we're going through makes us less tolerant, but that's not true. Tolerance just is just something that you have. Um, I can only tolerate so much. At this point, I'm gonna have to say something. Remember there's power in your tongue. So speaking things and really setting boundaries with people and really speaking up when you're bothered, but speaking up the right way, not in a negative way, and um, just knowing that your tolerance only goes so far as well. Last but not least, a willingness to learn. Hey, Sassy, thanks for coming in. Good morning. A willingness to learn. Um, I think knowledge is power. Wisdom is power. The more I want to know, the more positive I feel. The more I do know, the more positive I feel about myself because I can actually maybe even have a conversation or let's just say we're in the middle of a conversation. You can say that I've already, I've done my research on this. I got a little knowledge on this situation here. I can actually speak on this and feel confident and positive that I know what I'm talking about. So learning, like never stop learning. Keep going. Whatever it is. And again, at the end of the day, it's very hard. for you, let me say not hard. It's impossible for you to do anything without God leading you. So if you are still in that predicament where you're still trying to figure out your purpose and, am I creative or, what am I supposed to be doing here? Talk to God. At the end of the day, you can't do it by yourself. And your relationship with him is more powerful than your relationship with your spouse that you've been with for 37 years. If that doesn't say something, I'm just saying. Really go to God and really let him know how you feel. I feel out of place. I feel like I don't belong at this job. I feel like I need to be doing something else with my life. I feel like I'm stuck in this same predicament and I can't get out. I feel like I'm not growing in this situation. I feel like I can't get out of this hole that I've dug. Or I feel like there's no way around this, this river I'm trying to get across in life and there's this river and I can't get across it. But God is going he can help you walk across that, right? I'm just saying, like some people some of y'all you going to follow me and some of you won't. And that's okay. But ultimately, work on that relationship with God, okay? Work on your relationship with yourself and everything else is just going to fall in line. So I think that again, this was a good live. It was fun. We've been here 32 minutes, y'all. So I have a posting schedule now. Um, we we got the on Fridays at 10 a.m. I'm gonna be doing my testimony. I'm gonna get into the Word of God. I'm gonna let you know what the Scripture means to me, and I'm gonna give you more of my testimony, just letting you know who I am, where I come from, why I'm here, and why I am a new beginner in this experience of trying to turn my life over to Christ. So, uh, besides that, I just appreciate each and every one of you for coming in because most of you are here every single morning and you don't have to be. Like, I'm so thankful. A lot of you are here every time I post a premiere, every time I go live. You know how many random silent lives I do? And some of you are always there. You just like, hey, yep, what's up? Like you got the notification bell on, and I just really adore you. I don't want you I don't want another day to go by without you knowing how much I love you. Okay. So, with that being said, let's get out of here. Let's make the day great. We got our Kingdom Builders community. We have Unique and I have posted that flyer, and that flyer is for the week, Monday through Sunday. It is full, y'all. There's still spots left, but I'm just so excited because God is moving. He is moving in a mighty way. He's moving bigger than me and you, but all of us are a part of it. And you know what? You can be a part of it too. Just really having that relationship with God, figuring out what it is that He wants for you in your life, showing up the way that He wants you to show up. Don't be afraid anymore. Come on out your shell. You know, let God lead you. Let God lead you. Have a great day, Gmo. I appreciate you. Let God lead you in whatever you are doing. And don't be afraid to show it. More kingdom builders are being interviewed every single week. I am so excited for next week. Oh my goodness. We got some powerful interviews next week, y'all. So the lineup is check my community tab because it's more than just the morning lineup where there's me and Frugal Mama, Uniq Speaks, Miss B and Fam, and Steve Gilmore. There's more than just us. Now we have the entire week covered. Check it out. I love you. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Stay encouraged, stay humble, stay you. That's it. That's all. As always, remember, be true to yourself. Because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Bye bye.